Hi guys, this is Ace.
And this is Yash. Welcome back to another event where we would be introducing a new series called the Developer Diaries. In this, we would be having over 5 events, each dedicated towards a different development background on Roblox. Today, we would be starting off with art. Over to our developers to give us some amazing tutorials.
Hey guys, my name is Hriday. You might know me as Pro Hriday or Pro, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a game icon. So first off, every game has two main GFXs. One is a thumbnail and one is a game icon. The game icon is the one you see on the home page or discover page, wherever you found the game from. And thumbnail is the GFX you see after you click on the game. So a game icon needs to be appealing if it wants to have a good number of players, etc. And the better the game icon, the better the statistics of the game. So first off, we'll start by adding a camera. Here I've already imported the avatar, but if you want to see how to do that, you can check out Arnav's previous event, GFX Showdown 1. It's on his events page and on YouTube. So here first we'll have to make the camera into a square, and then we have to pose it towards the character as we want it. Once we are done with that, we'll start with the posing of the character. Right now I'll just do a quick pose to explain you guys how it works. Alright, so once you're done with the posing, you can move on to the lighting. For game icons, I usually use HDRIs, which they basically are like a realistic lighting, which you don't have to work much. You just have to insert it into the scene. Uh, One second. So once I put the HDRI, you can see how the lighting happens. And once you're done with that, you can just do the normal stuff like turn on denoising, make it transparent. And once you're done with that, you can just render the image. Now we just wait for it to render and then we'll move on to the Photoshop. Yep, alright, we are done with the rendering, so now we'll have to save it. Make sure you save it as a PNG and the color should be RGBA so that the render is transparent. Once you're done with that, just move on to Photoshop. You can close this file if you want. So now here's the render. I'll just drag it into Photoshop. Alright, so once we are done with the rendering, we'll move on to Photopea and get your render into Photopea and drag it to the top. extra layers I just delete. So here, first off, I always like to do this step, but it's optional. Add a layer, enable clipping mask, and make it overlay. And then you could just paint a bit over it to give more depth or whatever you want to call it. Suppose I want to make the hair a bit more blue, so I could just get it over here and then paint over it. Same with the plushie. Let me make the brush smaller. Yep, and then for the blocks here, I could give it a bit more yellow effect. Yep, once you're done with that, you could add a bit of outer glow to the render. It's your choice how much you want to keep it. I usually prefer a high number because it looks more appealing to me at least. Then after that, suppose you don't have a logo or anything, you could just quickly make one. Suppose this game is named Bloxy Simulator. You can just make one by typing it out and then adding the gradient overlay. You can have a normal simple logo as well, but a gradient always looks better in my opinion. So this one we could keep a bright yellow and the other one we can keep orange. So you can see how it looks, and then we could add a stroke of black and we can scale this up one sec. We could scale this up and then we can just duplicate it and write simulator and change the gradient. So this one, suppose we want it into we want a white and black gradient. So we can just make this white and this a bit gray. And then we can bring this down as well. So this we have to add outer glow. It's not a compulsory step again, but it makes it look better. So you can add a bit of outer glow to both of the text boxes. And then you could throw in some special effects like the lightning, all that if you want. It depends on the type of game you're going for. And once you do that, just export the picture as a PNG or JPG. Try to keep it at the maximum quality for the best result. Once you're done with that, you'll have your game icon ready. There you go.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ace Events, and I'm Lester. I'm going to about basics regarding thumbnails and how to make full thumbnails for uh, games or just GFixes. Um, okay, so first I'm going to introduce a couple of my artworks to explain how does composition for thumbnails works. Um, so this is my recent commission about thumbnail, and you see it's just some forest camping composition. Um, there are three characters on the thumbnail. Everything looks lit and is lighting. You see there is the sun on the right, um, and um, the difference between icon and thumbnails that um, thumbnail looks like a picture that you in real life. Um, so you can see that the characters don't even look at the camera. They are doing their things like fishing and something. Um, so you should make sure that the poses and everything looks realistic, like casual, um, But of course, there are other types of thumbnails. For example, this. This is my fan art GFX that I made for a different game, probably. And here is everything is focused on the main character that in the center of GFX. So we don't even have a background or something because it isn't important because we have a character or something main that like the main thing of the GFX. Okay, let's make a simple thumbnail. I import a couple of models that I found in the box, and let's see what we'll be able to make with it. Takes a while. Okay, so here is a gas station and a car model. Yeah, and we are going to make something with it. First of all, so came up with this composition, and let me add a camera. Yeah, this is first thing that you add the camera. We need to find a good angle for it. If you have something like ground, like a road or the walking path, or even water if it matters, like 80% of your GFX should include the ground. Like you see, here's everything is the ground, no sky at all. Because if we will make something like this, we'll have so many free space, like sky, and nothing. Unless you're making something with related to sky, for example, planes or city background or something like that. Yeah, so you always have to fill your space by something. That's it. Okay, good. So we're just finding a good and one looks. Okay, I made a little composition bar and added outside the road. Let's make posing. Yeah, posing for those characters. But first, we need to duplicate it. Add a lot of different characters so we can move them and can do everything with it. Make sure that none of objects will not cover the characters. For example, there shouldn't be any characters behind the car if they will be covered because it will look messy. You can just add like something like background characters. So simple posing is done, and now let's add a lighting. To make your lighting look more realistic, environment manager, find some on the look. I think like evening, not something we're searching for. Now we just need to set up the materials. There's every time you import files in Blender, you have like this in nodes, and everything will look white. I don't know why. It's just studio bugs, but to fix it, we are just to disconnect both of texture nodes, add the bump, normal into normal, color into height, and the top one, texture, just add mix RGB. Color one is base color, apply, or to one, or in the base color, and texture color, or yeah. See that everything looks fine. It has texture and it has color, and it will look something like in studio. Yeah, set up every and now all of the materials are set it up, and I think I rendering. Let me just set up strengths and as size. This want you like live filmic, but I will use standard. Composition, let's use faster. Okay, I think I'm ready to render in Photoshop. Okay, Photoshop, and see my that I have. At first, let's set up colors. Something like color. It's warm colors, like not much. I think so. As you can see, the render is a bit blue. When you enable it, it's look more yellow. is good. Okay, now we need to add a background. Simple background, sky background is just two colors, light blue and blue itself. Let's just add it. Oh no. This. And now we can add sync. Ahead. Ahead. Sync. Can add a pink on background. I think it will be better. Okay. Let me see. Now we need to make corners more darker. Show you. And yeah, we're just making corners darker. Now we need to make a layer being overlay or soft light. I think light is good. And blur. And this is overlay. Also, as you can see, at the left bottom side, there is a lot of free space. I think we can just make it more darker. Or can also try to blur it, like show the camera focus. But I think make it more darker. Oops. Now we can add a lighting like shadows and light sides just to make them more deeper. Let me show you what I mean. So we make a layer and we start just like line arts to every shadow part. You can overlay soft lighting, it doesn't matter at all. And so the shadows look more darker. Just doesn't matter how, because we are going to blur it anyway. Mostly should focus on characters or something important, like characters or objects, anything that can look at. gives so many different, like it doesn't the render itself doesn't look too much flat, as you can see. It has more shadows, it's more deeper. Oh, never mind. I can fix it. Okay, so now we do the same thing, but with light sides, like layers. Also care. Now I think I can do the soft light and red. There, but to get there because some lights just outside of the and it looks see. And this one okay, now it looks much better. Let me just save it and load. And also try to blur this part. Duplicate it to the so it will show that camera focus is focused on car or those characters. That looks much better. Of course, you can use any characters you would like to, but since an example, I just used the default dummy characters and some of casual models that found. I hope that my video was useful for you. Thank you for watching and bye.
Hey guys, welcome. This is Blade, and today is a new day for the event from Ace Dev Arnav. And today I'm gonna show you how to make a logo. Yeah, that's about it. Also, Ramadan Kareem to all the Muslims out there. Yeah, and as I'm recording this, it's April Fool's Day, so happy April Fool's Day too. Okay, yeah. So the first thing you do is when you're making the thing, you have to go to it. Like when you're making the file, you have to make the canvas size width 3000 and height 1950, and resolution is up to you. Like if you have a good PC, you can make it like a lot of like big number. But then if you have an okay laptop or something like me, not an okay, like if you have a bad laptop like me, you can put it like I don't know. I usually put 150, but then that's because I need like the best quality. If you want your Photoshop to work faster, then you can use like 100 or 70 or something like that. Don't go below 50 though. And yeah. Then you choose the color, you go like this, choose a dark gray, and then click Alt backspace, and then that fills up the layer. I just go a bit darker. That fills up the layer, and now you can see it, like the text on top easily because it's dark layer. And the text we're gonna do today is gonna be just text. You can choose any font you want. I don't have any font packs that I recommend, but then if you want fonts, you can go to the website called dafont.com, dafont.com. I get all my fonts from there. And yeah, I'll use this thing today. 400. Yeah, text. You can right click on the text layer, rasterize type, and yeah, this comes up. You can click the plus, and you hold down to Alt, and then it'll show like a box and arrow like this, and then you click, and yeah, you have to show in the middle, and then you click, and then it clips in. Or you can just right click on the layer and create clipping mask, and then it'll clip onto the text layer. If you want that, then you have to put the layer on top of the text layer, then it'll go in. Yeah. And the color I'm going to be choosing is blue because it has all the best overlays you can put on, in my opinion. Also orange too. Wait, I think I'm gonna choose orange. Yeah, I'll just choose orange like this. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you put like this, and then you control and click on a layer, and control E, and that merges it. And then you click the plus, and then again clicking clip and mask, and you can choose a brush, any type of brush. Click over here, go to black if you want, and then you go like this. You go like this. Like you just go, learn yourself. You just try everything out. Click on the normal, and then go to overlay. Look how clean it looks right now. Yeah, and then you make another layer. Again, clipping mask, and you can. I use a lot of my logos. You can click with white, and then you can make it like in the front. If you want, like if the light is in the front, then you can put it in the front. If the light, like where the light comes from, if it's like the left, then you can put like on the left like this. But then for this, it's gonna be front. So yeah, so like that, and then click the normal and overlay. Look how good like this right now. And you can also right click on the text, blending options, and click on bevel emboss. I don't really recommend this. You can learn yourself how to do it because that's much better, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Or you can just turn off bevel emboss and click inner shadow and make the blending mode overlay, opacity 100, angle you can make it like 180, and then you can change the distance like this. No, or just make it 90, I guess. Yeah. Now it like looks pretty cool, right? And then if you want, you can just add more effects. I usually do that. I have a brush called a square brush. A guy called Caps and send it to me. It's like a really good brush. I don't know how to send you guys, but yeah, it's a pretty cool brush. I guess you can just make the normal brush, make the hardness full, and then make the opacity full, and then you can use like that. But I just use the opacity as 40 right now, 40, and I go like this. Just add random stuff like that, like this. Make it white. You can go like this. You can go like this. You can really do anything. You can just test out everything you can. Like this. Yeah. You make sure you put it on the bottom, I guess, or top. You can change whatever you want. You can just like test it out. And use the smudge tool. I love the smudge tool. It's the best tool in Photoshop. And you can just smudge it up a bit. Make it look, like a texture. Also, I didn't know about the smudge tool until months after using Photoshop, so yeah, it's super helpful. You have to. I highly recommend you guys practice the smudge tool. And you guys just smudge everything up like this. Everything, like, smudge it up a bit. Smudge. Smudge it up like a donut. Do as much as you can. Yeah, looks pretty cool right now. You can just overlay. Look how cool that looks. Look at that. Or you can just put it on the bottom. I mean, it makes no difference, I guess. But yeah, I love this right now. And you just group the whole thing. Click on this. Click shift. Hold shift, and then click on the text layer and click Control G. And then click Alt, and then click on the group, and then bring it down. And then Control E. And then you hide the other group. That's just for, like, I highly recommend you guys doing this. Every time you're doing something big, you make a group and then you put it down, like you duplicate and make it like one full layer, because if you want to get back to it, you can get back to it if you want. So yeah, get it right. And you shoot my, yeah, Control T, it makes it this thing, whatever, and right click, perspective, no, warp, click warp, choose and click on custom and make it arc. A bit my laptop is bad. Time. One sec, it's taking a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Bring it down. Because you can just put whatever you want. Yeah, I like that. I like that. There's the before, there's the after. And then Control T again. Right click. Perspective. And then you hold click Control and click on the sides. And you do like this. Look how cool that looks right now. And yeah. You can duplicate the layer. Again, click Alt, drag the layer down, and go up, put a layer, clipping mask, and then choose darkest layer on the layer. Like for here is orange. Like that. Go down a bit, and then Alt backspace, and then click on this and Control E, and then move it down a bit, and yeah, shit, oh. I don't know if I'm supposed to swear on this, but yeah. Yeah, and then you click, and then you go to this, and then you click polygonal lasso tool, and then you click on the edges and corners and stuff like that, the part where it has to get filled, and then you click the color pick tool, click on the color and do that. Just keep doing that. I do this thing while I'm doing it, so that I can see the layers, so I can see what's like that. And then I just do that. You guys are super lucky right now. Most logo designers don't share all this because they don't want everyone to learn this stuff. Even I don't, but then I'm just doing it to impress the admins watching right now. Hey admins, what's up? Give me that DevX request. I got declined for no reason. Please help me. Yeah. Click on the corners like I'm doing right now. And then, by the way, if for doing this, after you this thing, right? Like after you do this thing, Alt backspace for filling in case you guys didn't understand from what I showed, and then you just keep doing it like that. Super good. Connected fully. Connected. All backspace. It's taking a bit. I'm sorry guys. I can't do anything. I think Arnav will I don't know, time lapse this part, but I guess it's better if he doesn't, because then you guys can see the whole process. But then it's a bit long and boring, I guess. You guys can count sheep while I'm doing this, I guess. Alright, just go and get, I don't know. Click this. you keep doing it until it finishes. I know I'm just speaking random crap right now. It's because I don't know what to say. I'm just doing this. I wasn't even gonna do this part because it just takes some time. This is like the most boring part, I guess, of the logo. Just connecting the corners. Like, you can ask any designer, they hate that part. So yeah. Okay, it's done. Wow, that was quick. Okay, now you make the above layer the opacity full. Look how cool that looks already. You go on the bottom layer, you click the plus clipping layer, and you choose the brush, the normal brush. Click on the color and click the color on the 3D. Make it darker, bit more darker, I guess. I'll increase the opacity too. Yeah, that's good. And you just make it like, make it realistic. Yes, that's how a thing would look, right? And for these corners over here, you can just select like this and select, and then you do this. You keep doing it until it finishes. Oh, crap. Well, that's it. I guess I just wasted that. Yeah, this is like a really boring part of making a logo. Unless the shading is like super unique, then it's fun. Otherwise, it's not fun at all. Just keep doing this, this, keep doing this. Even though you can't see that part, but a little bit, but just do it for the sake of doing it, Some people really like noticing the small details and stuff. Like, really like them. I love that, I love that, I love that, I love that, I love that. Yeah. Again, if you guys are watching this right now and fasting, hope you're going well. Hope it's going well. Yeah, like that. You go like that. You go like that. You go on all the corners. I use the worst font for this because there's so many corners on this one. Oh my god, I'm wasting so much time. I'm sorry guys for wasting your time. But I guess you must have learned something from this, right? You've learned that this stuff takes a lot of time, and also you have also learned some skills from this, I guess. I'm not saying I'm really like really, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm super good at logo designing, but I guess I'm okay, right? I mean, I'm not like super bad, right? Oh yeah, you do this, you do this, you go over here, you do this, you go over here, you do this. I'm like speedrunning right now. For sure, you guys, you can make it slower, cause then you guys can do it the best you can. Like, for me, I have practice, so I'm just like going quick. I hope you guys are liking it so far, though. I think it looks pretty cool. I love the top text, whatever I did for it. I should have done that on an actual logo. I mean, I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's done. And I can make the top layer again full. Whoa, that looks so good right now. Yeah, and then you basically take this layer, click and hold shift, click on this, control G, and then right click. Wait, I don't know why it's showing that. Right click, blending options, stroke, you go black. I really never do this. I'm just doing it because I don't know. I guess some of you guys like this style. And then you go down and click this, and then you just connect the black stuff. The black stuff, bro. Wow. Yes, you just keep connecting it. That's what I like to see. And then you go like this, you go like this, you go like this, you go like this. Yeah. Just keep going like that, you know. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, you go. No, I think you should put the layer inside. Go to make the layer on the most bottom, and then this. Yeah, that looks good, right? Yeah, I was sick. I was sick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sick, 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 sick. Wait, let me also do this part. Okay, one sec, one sec. Yeah, that is sick though. Yeah, let's go. I used to do logos like this, and then like this logo designer called Cool. He also did this style, and then I felt bad. I felt like I was copying him, even though I wasn't. So I changed my style, and I like my style now. But this style is pretty cool too, you know. You can, yeah, the stroke. You can just for the black stroke, by the way, you can just click size, make it 27, position outside, blend normal, blend mode normal, opacity full. And then now you do another stroke, and then this stroke, size 35, position outside, blend mode normal, opacity 100, overprint yes, gradient yes. I mean fill type, make it gradient, and then choose the gradient colors. You like click like that. And then you just choose it. Yeah. Yeah, where's it? Yeah, it looks so good actually though. Yeah, let's go. And that's the logo right there. I hope you guys liked it. I really liked it though. I really like the text right, but yeah. Now if you want to make like a showcase, like if you want like tweet this out or something, you duplicate this layer, like hold it and drag it down. Control E, and then Control T, make it big, like super big, super big. And then you make it like rotate and stuff. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Make it like I don't know, 4. No, yeah, 4 is good. Yeah. And then you make the opacity like super less. I guess for this you just can make it a bit darker. Yeah, like that. It's pretty cool. And then you can like make it like you can make it like oh shit, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Yeah, you do up, you make it like you do different stuff. You have to like you really just play around with it, try to learn out new stuff every day. Yeah, you just do like this. And then by the way, if you want like good quality on Twitter, you click File, Export, not Save as, Export, Save for Web Legacy, and then save like that. That's how you get good quality on Twitter. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys liked the interview. I mean, tutorial. I think I did a good job on this. I hope you guys have fun. And shout out to my Twitter at not late. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys on the next event, I guess, if I'm gonna be there. See ya.
Hey guys, welcome back to another event, the Developer Diaries. I'm Exotic Dev 66 and I'm a JFX artist. For those who don't know, um, I have experience in making GFXs from more than a year now. Um, so in this event, I'll be talking about geometry nodes and I'll be doing a quick demonstration on making a scene, a cool render with fractals. So talking about geometry nodes, they literally make your life easier, right? Geometry nodes change the way we make environments, procedural effects, scattering things, and more. Like the list goes on. For example, for example, I have a grass model, a 3D model, and I want to make a grass field. So I don't just duplicate it by pressing Shift D all the time and moving it, right? It's really dumb. So what I do is I'll use nodes to create copies of the model and place it on a plane, scale it up and down, and ta-da, there's a grass field. So that's how uh, geometry nodes will help you, right? It makes your life easier. Not just that, with upcoming modifiers and many more nodes being added to Blender, it's going to get even more powerful. With that being said, let's hop into Blender. I'll teach you how to make a fractal. Oh, hold up, and I'll show you what fractals are and how they look like. So here it is. This is basically a fractal. It's a design. It comes under procedural effects. Made this using geometry nodes. These two of them. These two. Uh, I'll I'll just show you how I made this. Right? Just a step-by-step process. Let's hop in Blender. Alright, so here we are in Blender. Um, so we are going to be using a simple basic cube. That's enough. Oh, and you need to be using Blender 3.1. So there's a new update. You might want to update your um, Blender application. So new nodes have been added. So I'm going to be using those new nodes for this fractals, right? So go up here, right click and split your screen and change the layout to geometry node editor. Select the cube and click on new. So right here you can just add nodes and play around, change the values and stuff. Press Shift A, go down to mesh and add extrude mesh node. Place it here. You can see that the sides of the cube have been extruded. You can play around with the vertices, edges. I'll be using faces for now, and you can play around with this scale also. Okay, so now go down to mesh again and add scale elements. Connect top socket of the extrude mesh to scale elements selection socket and just scale this up and down. You can see something's happening here, right? uh, put this on 0.4 and this scale to 0.1. Okay, this is what we want for now. Just two nodes. Okay, and now press A to select all the nodes, Control G and then tab. So it's gonna group all the nodes. You can name this whatever you like. Select the node group, press Shift D and just make copies of it, maybe 3 to 4 times. Okay, once done, select any node group and click on this option. We'll do some changes here now. Select the extrude mesh node, place it here, and do the same with the scale elements node, and connect top socket to selection. Okay, you can see it's kind of messy. Let's clean that up. Where was I again? Yeah. Now in the extrude mesh, change this value to 0 and this value to 0.01. Okay, it looks okay, but you can see that it's not so perfect, like a little bit. Let's fix that. um, Add a face area node, connect area socket to selection, then add a compare node. Place it in between these two nodes. Change the value to 0.4. Okay, so this is what we want. This is Fractal. So what this node does is, so it's gonna extrude the faces if it's more than this value, right? So it looks more clean now. This is how I make fractals in Blender. Press tab and I'll just make a copy of it again. My PC can handle my PC can handle this, but not recommended for everyone because some PCs may crash. Right now, go into press this option again. We'll change some values here. Uh, yeah, change the scale elements to 0.6 and this value to 0.3. Okay, looks perfect for me. Now change the layout to shader editor and delete the principled BSDF and add glass BSDF and change your render engine to cycles, device to GPU, viewport samples to 32, turn on denoise. Okay, done. Go to rendered view, point comp. One sec. Yeah, copy and paste the same fractal design, and I'll do some changes over here. I'll change this value to 1.1. Perfect. The color to red. Change the power to maybe 15. Okay, so this is how the fractals look. This is how I make fractals in Blender. So I hope you have learned something new, and I'll make a quick scene. I'll meet you there. Okay, so I have made a small scene where character is watching fractals in a cave with some water here and stuff. So I'll explain how I made this caves and water and this rim lighting. So first of all, for the caves, I have added a landscape and changed settings over here. The height, offset, depth, random seed, effect type, and these subdivisions and mesh size also. So once I did that, I just rotated the landscape and just placed down like here, like so, and for the water I just showed you. So what I did for that is I just increased metallic and decreased roughness. So let me show you. As you can see that the fractal lights, the character, it's reflected over here on this plane. So that's how I made water for this scene. Talking about the lighting, I use dream lighting. You can just watch GFX Showdown 1 if you want to learn how dream lighting is made. So that's it for the um, fractals um, demonstration, geometry notes, demonstration. Uh, I hope I hope you guys have learned something new. I'll meet you guys in the next event. Thanks. Peace out.
Hi, my name is Banks. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a banner. So you're going to delete this base plate after going into Roblox Studio and all of that fun stuff. You're going to go to plugins. Now I have this plugin by Already Pro, as you see here, and it does cost Robux now, I believe. It used to be free. But we're going to type in the name of the avatar that we want. And you're going to hit spawn at origin, you're going to check this little box here, and then you're going to hit spawn R6. So after that, you're going to level it up with the ground, and you're going to hit right click and hit export selection. Now I've already done this, so I'm not going to hit export selection. Now after that, you're going to hit control, and you're going to check these little hats right here. And then you're going to do the same thing, hit export selection, and you're going to save it as whatever you want. So once you're done with that, you are going to go over here to this part and you're going to choose an HDR. Now HDRs are basically your lighting for what you are going to use. Now this shows the lighting a little bit, the little spheres. And there's thousands that you can choose from. I just picked this one out of convenience for myself. And I use it the 8K one. You don't have to pick the 8K one. You can do 4K, 2K, 1K, or all the way up to 16K if you like. So after we do that, we're going to hit download. I've already done this as well. So as you see here. So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and go to Blender with your rig. Now, rigs you can get from multiple different servers, but you do have to watch out to make sure none of them have viruses or anything like that in it. You have to find a trustworthy site. Or you can go to other well-experienced GFX artists or banner makers and ask them for it, which they would probably gladly give you. Now once you've loaded into Blender and have your rig loaded and everything, you are going to go over here and you're going to go where you saved your files and stuff. So mine would be right here. And you're going to have to go through it until you find the right one. Usually it's down here somewhere. You just have to find it. Alright, hold on, let me find this. Okay, we're just gonna go all the way down. So we're gonna do that. Okay, found it. So after you do that, you do not need this anymore, so you can just put that up there. So once you do that, you're going to go to File. You're going to hit Import Wavefront OBJ. Now after that, you're going to go to wherever you saved it, and you're going to click the one that says hats that you saved as your hats, and you're gonna hit the OBJ file, and you're gonna hit import. Now the texture might be gone or it might be transparent. There's an easy fix to that. But first you're going to have to put it on your avatar because it doesn't usually spawn on it directly. So all you have to do to fix this is just move it around. Do a little bit of fixing. Make sure everything's good. Now, as you see, mine is transparent, so the fix to that is we're going to click it. We're going to go to this little ball down here, and you can go all the way to viewport display. Make sure you have that texture clicked, and you're going to have to do this with every texture that you have in here. So I only have like 4. You're going to go down, you're going to hit alpha clip, and you're going to change that for all of them. And it will fix your textures and everything. Now, the texture might still look weird, but when you render it, it should fix itself. Okay. Now, after we have fixed our textures and everything, we're going to go over here and we're going to hit Control and we're going to click this. And then we're going to click this top part right here that says A_head. And then you're going to hit Control P and you're going to hit Object. Now that's going to connect your hair to your head or to the body itself so you can move it and pose. Now, what I didn't do is I didn't do this separately along with this. So these are going to turn wherever the head turns. And we don't usually want that, but for me it's not going to be much of a problem or an issue. So after we've done that, we're going to go over here, down here, and hit, let me find it. We're going to click this, and then we're going to hit pose mode. Now, once you hit pose mode, it's going to make it to where you're able to rotate stuff, where you can rotate your head, and you see down here, like I said before, it will move. But that's not going to be a problem for me, or at least it shouldn't be, because I'm making a simple GFX. Okay. And as you see here, the wings are off, but it's not gonna be noticeable since I am not doing anything from the side or from the back. So once you've done that, you can pose your character however you want. I'm just not gonna do a really intricate pose. Like I said, this is just like a little quick GFX that I'm making. You can move this down. Oh, well, not that one. You can take this and move it down. What am I touching? Jesus. And when you push down, it's going to bend your leg and pose. I usually like to have a little bit of bend to make it a little bit more realistic. Alrighty. Now for the rigs, they all will be in R6, so, but you still can pose them however you like, but the woman body probably won't show up. Like, if you have different packages, probably won't show up. You can only have like the basic packages, I believe. but that's just to my knowledge. So after you've done all of this, you can go to object mode and you're going to hit add. And you can add a camera, which is going to be how we render our image. Now, as we all remember, I did make an HD or download an HDRI, so we're going to go all the way to this plus sign. And we're going to hit sculpting. After we go over there, it will open up another little box and you're going to hit shading. So, after that, you're going to go down to this and you're going to hit world. Now once you hit that, it's going to have two little boxes. You're going to click off of that and then you're going to hit control on this and then you're going to hit X because we don't need that. After that, you're going to hit add texture, environment texture. And then you're going to connect that with the surface one. Now once you do all this, you're going to open it and you're going to go to downloads and you're going to find out where you put that HDRI that you were going to use. Now you can test this, see if you like it or not by clicking this. It's going to have it all fully rendered. Of course, it's not going to have this much noise. But this is what it looks like. This is the lighting. Now I'm going to show you if you don't want the background. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that if you don't want any background at all. You're going to go and click this and you're going to go back to default, which is going to be this. So once you do that, you're going to pull this up and you see this little camera thing right here. You're going to go down to film and you're going to hit transparent, which is going to make your background transparent. Once you do that, you can choose how you would like to render your image. I usually use cycles, which is going to use your CPU and make it just look a whole lot better. But if you don't want to render it like that, you can always hit Eevee, which is also a good one. I just think it makes it look a little nicer when you use cycles. So after that, you're going to hit render and you're going to hit render image. And it will slowly render your image for you. It's going to take a minute. But also, I have a 3060 graphics card and a really high-powered CPU. So if you do have a computer a little older, it might take 10 to 15 minutes maybe, max. Or a little bit longer than that. It just depends on what type of computer you have. Now once it's all rendered, you're going to hit image and you're going to hit save as and you're going to put it wherever you want to have your image saved to. I'm going to save it over here. Corpse Desire. GFX. Okay. So after this, I'm going to go onto my phone, and that's usually how I edit my GFXs and banners and stuff. So I do use paid apps, which is PixArt and IBS Paint. Most people have heard of those two. And I'm going to show you how I do my watermarks and my backgrounds and stuff. Alrighty, so what we are going to do is we are going to go to PixArt. Now, I already had my background pre-picked out. So, we're going to place our avatar where we want it. And after that, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick a dust particle, which is going to be in stickers. They're already pre-made. I don't usually use pre-made stuff, but for this I'm going to, just to make it simple and easy for most of those who don't normally draw their own stuff. So, once you do all that, you can hit the thing to make it go under your avatar or whatever you're using. After that, we're going to go all the way to PixArt, or not PixArt, IBS Paint. Don't know why it's asking me to confirm my age, but here we go. I already have pre-made watermarks, so I just will change the font to how I'd like it and the color. But on here, if you don't like any of the fonts that they already have, you can hit the plus sign and that's going to give you, it's going to take you to a Google page. Now, only use the fonts because I've never seen any of the other ones or used it. I only use the font because it's safer. But when you're using that website to get your fonts off of, you have to make sure that they're for commercial use. Some of them aren't for commercial use and it can get you into big trouble. Most of them are for personal use. So, like maybe for like an icon or profile picture or something like that. Now, once I get my font already made, I'm going to go to PixArt again, and I make them a little less opaque than they're supposed to be, a little more transparent, because I want people to see the GFX, not my big watermark over it, but I still want them to know who made it, so no one can steal my work. Now after that, we're going to pick a text to go right beside it. I'm just going to do this because I have no idea what to put for it. And you can go into effects and you can pick the effect you want. Now this is where it's going to be paid for because I have PixArt Gold, so I'm allowed access to most of these things. Or all of these things, not most of them. Now, after I put my glitch effect on, I am going to go to the brushes and I'm going to pick out a dust particle. And I'm going to brush that over the front of the GFX. And then voila, we're done.
Thank you so much for attending today's event. It means a lot to us, and I would like to request you to check your mails for a message from Roblox from which you can give us feedbacks, which really helps our team to make our stuff better. Be sure to visit Arno's page and join the chapter to be notified of any future event. Adios.